Want to learn how to make your own graduation cap topper using Canva? Then keep on watching. Hey y'all, Victoria Sheree here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and we're going to jump right into how to make your own printable graduation cap topper using Canva. For those of you who have a silhouette or a Cricut, I'll have another video just for you all, and the link will be in the description. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have canva.com open or the Canva app, and then you're going to go to create a design in the top right corner. And next, we want to set our custom size. So we're going to click custom size at the bottom, and we're going to set it to 8.5 by 11 inches because we're going to be printing on 8.5 by 11 glossy cardstock. And then you'll click create new design. Once you do that, a new tab will open up and you'll see your blank document. And we can go ahead and start designing the base first. So if you don't want to do the base steps and getting the correct dimensions, I do have a template for this. Again, it'll be in the description. Otherwise, just follow along with me. So we're going to go to the left side and click Elements. And under Lines and Shapes, we're going to click the square. Now, because we're printing on 8.5 by 11, that's the standard size, it's not going to cover the entire graduation cap because the entire graduation cap is about 9.25 inches. We're going to size this at about 8.3 inches because that's as large as we can get. So I'm going to just take it to the side and I'm going to drag the corners. Make sure you hold down Shift so it is proportional and try to get it to 8.3. 8.2, 8.3. Okay, once you do that, we can center it. So if you go to position, under align to page, you can click middle and you can click center. Now it's perfectly centered. Also just going to drag these guidelines because in case you don't want to use a solid color and you want to use a photo background or a pattern, we want to make sure we have these guidelines for us. So I'm just dragging it to the left edge, the right edge of the square, the top. Let me get that closer to the top. And the bottom. Okay, next we need to add the small inner circle. So this is where the button is going to go through. So under Lines and Shapes, you're going to click this circle. Okay, right now it's blue and we want to resize this. You're going to hold down Shift and it's usually 0.75 inches, 3/4 of an inch, but inside of Canva you can't get it precise. So make sure you're at the very least at 7 and then you can go up just a little bit. But don't go all the way to 8. So I'm just trying to get as close as I can. All right, and we're going to make sure that's in the center as well. So go to position, middle, center. So just keep in mind as you're designing this blue button, as a matter of fact, I'm going to make it white so I can save on ink. But this button, you don't want to have any text or any important graphics overlapping because you're going to cut this button out. Okay, so at this point, we can start designing, but I want you to keep in mind that when we're designing, everything is going to be rotated 45 degrees because this top left corner, this is technically the front or the top of your design. This is the left of your design, this is the right, and then this bottom right corner, this is the back or the bottom of your design. So just keep that in mind. All right, so first I'm going to change my background. I'm going to go to Elements, type in lavender ombre background to get a background color. But then I decided to change my mind and just go with a solid lavender color. And after that, I'm going to add my text. I'm going to type T on my keyboard. And my quote is going to say, "Don't make up excuses when God already highlighted the path." Love that quote. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is rotate. So I'm going to rotate this 45 degrees. And you're going to rotate everything 45 degrees. All right, so remember that when you wear your cap and gown, it's more like a diamond. So we're rotating it 45 degrees because remember the top left corner is technically the top. So at this point, I went to my elements to get a gold frame, and then I went to elements to get a grid so I can add my photo. And because it's a makeup theme, I just searched different makeup terms. So I searched for eyeshadow palette, I searched for lipstick, I searched for makeup brush, I searched for lip gloss. I searched for compact. So that's how I'm getting all of those elements. Next, when it's time to add your picture, just go to uploads. For a moment, I decided to change my mind on the background, but I'm going to delete that in a second. And then I changed my font. So the font I'm using is Callistigo. And then I decided to make sure that makeup and highlighted, they stood out. So I made those two pink. Adding a little bit more sparkle, so I searched for a sparkle graphic, and then I changed the makeup and highlighted font to blueberry. Now we are done. We are ready to save it and ready to print. So I'm going to go to share, download. I want to download this as a PNG and hit download. All right, now we are ready to print. We're going to right click it. If you don't see print, click show more options. Select print. And we're going to make sure that our settings are correct. So it says printer 8500 letter, quality is standard, or you could set it to high. Paper type is going to be photo paper glossy. But I'm going to click options as well. Click printer properties. And I want to make sure that my paper source is set to rear paper feeder. Since you're printing on glossy cardstock, this is thicker than normal photo paper. So you have to have a rear paper feeder on your printer to use glossy cardstock. Otherwise, if you try to put it in your bottom tray, it's going to be too thick and it will jam your printer. So make sure it's rear paper feeder, letter, uncheck borderless, and then we're going to hit OK. All right, everything else looks good, and we are going to hit print. The second way that you can print this, because if you print this normally, when it prints out, it's going to slightly reduce in size, and that's only because your printer automatically has certain margins, which is usually 0.25 inches on each side. So if you want it to print as large as possible, this is what we're going to do. We're going to click on Options, Printer Properties. Okay, and we're going to click on Borderless. Hit OK. Go to Settings. And where it says Method of Enlargement, you want to click Retain Size. So this way it won't have any automatic margins. It'll just retain the actual size that your document is. Okay, you'll hit OK here, and then you'll just go to print. So those are two ways that you can print. The first way, when it prints, if you print it normally, the first way it's going to print slightly smaller. However, if you want to keep the size, you want the maximum size possible, you want to do it this second way, which is borderless. And for amount of enlargement, you're going to select retain size. Okay, and then you'll just hit print. Okay, so you'll need some double-sided glue dots. The paper we're printing on is Party Printables paper, our 8.5 by 11 glossy inkjet cardstock, our compass cutter, and some scissors. All right, so this is the first print. As you can see, it has 0.25 inch margins on the left side and the right side. And this is the one we printed borderless. So it doesn't have a border on the right side, a small 1/8 of an inch border on the left. So I recommend the second way. All right, so we're going to go ahead and trim them down to size. We're cutting the around the edges. Once we do that, I'm going to show you the difference between the two in the sizes. Again, the one on the left, that's printed normally. The one on the right, about ½ an inch bigger, it's printed borderless with the retained size. So you can see the difference between the two. All right, so moving on, compass cutter. So that little screw in the front, you're going to loosen that, and that's going to allow you to adjust the size so you can make sure it fits your hole perfectly. So there are little notches or indentations for you to move them, and I'll put mine like a right past the first line in between the second. So I just moved it, and then I'm going to tighten it up by turning that knob to the right. And you want to make sure that it's tight and not moving. So you have two parts. You have the needle, that's what you're sticking in the paper to hold it in place. And then you have the blade, that's what's going to slide across the paper, and that's what's going to cut it. So the needle, it doesn't move. The blade is what's going to slide around. I recommend practicing on some blank cardstock and using a self-healing mat. So you're going to insert the needle in the center, and you're going to rotate the cardstock 360 degrees, and the blade is what's going to do the cutting. All right, let's do it for real this time. I'm going to firmly insert the needle into the center of that hole, and I'm going to rotate the cardstock 360 degrees. I didn't do it all the way, so I'm going back to finish up the 360 degrees, and there you have it. The circle is cut out. Now you can remove the tassel. Make sure you turn it so that the top is at the top, and that's how it will look. Okay, now we're going to get ready to adhere it. I'm going to use these small glue dots. I definitely recommend bigger ones or even the strips. I'll link those in the description. Just add it to all of the corners, and then you're going to adhere it. But if you decide to put your tassel on first before the topper, make sure that top glue dot is not there. That way you'll be able to move the tassel from left to right without it getting stuck. So we're just going to adhere all the corners down. And the good thing about having the double-sided glue dots or the double-sided strips, even though it's secure, it's still removable. So at this point, all we have to do is add our tassel back on top, and that is it. You've just learned how to make your own personalized graduation topper. If you learned something new, like, subscribe, comment. Later, y'all.